The location of your tests will vary. Normally they're in course content or their own specific content area titled tests or something, exams or something similar. Um, in many cases, the instructor can select to send out an announcement when a new test or any other item is posted. So in this case, I created a new test and did have it send out an announcement. So you may see things like that, uh, just to give you a heads up. I'm going to click on course content, and here we'll see what the actual test looks like. So as the location may vary, to take the test you will see something similar to this. I'll click on sample test. It's going to give important information under the instructions, so whether or not this is timed. Do you have this particular one? I set a time limit of 1 hour. So do keep track of things like that. Timer setting is another important one. So this one is set to save and submit automatically when your 60 minutes is up. That is definitely a better option. However, you still want to keep an eye on that time, because whether it submits or not, if you pass the set time limit, the instructor may not accept your work. Force completion, that's an important one to understand because it lets you know whether you can begin the test, save it, and start again later. So more often we're seeing tests built this way, particularly for distance classes where we give students the flexibility to begin the test and start it again later. However, that all is completely up to the instructor's discretion, so you definitely want to understand before you start the test whether or not you'll have to complete it all in one sitting or come back to it later. The due date, fairly self-explanatory. It just simply denotes the time and day that you must complete that by. I'm going to click continue to begin after I've read these instructions. And so I've just put in a few samples here. It shouldn't be anything too groundbreaking, but you'll typically see true-false questions. Probably the most common are multiple choice and short answer. So this one is an incredibly short answer, but typically you'd see a larger field and simply select the correct answer for the multiple choice. And true-false, which is also a version of a multiple choice question. The real reason I wanted to do this is to point out these options to save all answers and also point out the saved status. So you can see in the last one here, it's giving me the option to save the answer. It hasn't done that automatically as it has with the top two, simply because I haven't put in an answer yet. So if I were to write something in here, we should see it save, but I do encourage students all the time, if you are writing in a lengthy answer, do compose it somewhere outside of the browser. Use a notepad or WordPad or some other sort of composing program. That way you have it, and if there's any question about whether or not you need to resubmit that, you can see it did save just now automatically. You'll have a copy of it, so please don't write lengthy answers that you spend a lot of time refining directly into the browser, but compose them outside in a text document, something like that, and then copy paste them into the test. Once you're done, you can save and submit. I'll go ahead and do that now. You see it does give me a warning just to confirm that's what I want to do. I could cancel out at this point if I needed to. I'm going to say OK. Gives me back some information. And clicking this OK button in the lower right corner here now, depending on how the instructor has the test configured, will show you normally your score and what you may have gotten correct or not. I'm not going to do that one because this behavior really does vary greatly depending on the settings, but just know clicking OK from here will typically give you either take you completely out of it or give you some sort of feedback regarding your score and things like that. Keep in mind that some questions do require the instructor to view the answer themselves, and so grading may not be immediate. It really all depends on the type of questions and how they're configured.